So we shouldn't be surprised.
That's right.
That tech has led that space in the S&P 500. We shouldn't be surprised.
We shouldn't be surprised, and that tech is not going to remain as, tech companies, mind you, are not just in NASDAQ index. They're in the S&P 500. They're in the general index. And, most big companies, traditional companies, are customers of tech companies. Woolworths runs its ERP system, financial system, probably have cloud storage facilities through Amazon, Microsoft servers, whatever. These tech companies are bringing in efficiencies and productivity growth, which we talk about in this country, about productivity growth. I've got huge views on that, but that's a long conversation. The point is, US has significant productivity growth ahead of other countries at the moment. And that comes from, you might notice it yourself, I'm not sure. I mean, you're using computers these days, you're able to work from home. I mean, how is this work from home business working out for people? It's only able to work out because we've got technologies such as Microsoft's, what's the one we use? Teams. I mean, no one knew about Teams a few years ago. Teams is only able to be done because we've got Wi-Fi technology and bandwidth to be able to carry that data, which you couldn't do 20 years ago on dial-up service. Trust me, I tried it back then, for other reasons. And so now you've got Teams and Zoom. These are tech companies providing efficiencies in a normal business where workers or staff would, don't have to suffer the traffic and other things, the inefficiencies of getting, to and from work. And so that unlocks more time to do more work. And so that's the point I'm trying to make is this here, that origination of R&D and funding of it and commercialization and just proliferating that IP out across different sectors you will see another wave come through now. It's just coming from the tech sector and will just move through in other sectors. And that should support earnings growth and that should support share price growth. I'm not seeing that anywhere else at the moment. I'm not seeing that in Europe. The politicians would love to have it. I think Mario Draghi wrote a long piece last year. He's an ex-ECB governor. And he has written I think 50-page or 100-page report on what the Europeans have got to do collectively to get their act together, to make their economy more efficient, dynamic, and get on to growth. But you need a grassroots kind of a flair and attitude, which I'm not seeing there. We're not seeing that in Australia either. Just have a look at the comments, open up the papers, and you'll see who's talking about innovation and new industries, whether it's new energy, hydrogen industry, or AI-related industries, or even intermediate goods. I talked about ASML selling out of Europe, that $300 million machine. We're not talking, that goes into the value chain of chip manufacturing. We're not even talking about intermediate goods, high value intermediate goods that we could produce in this country. The conversation is not even there. We're talking about productivity growth on old industries. There's only so many times you can, swing the old cat before it starts to go dizzy and sort of, you do need new opportunities, which we're not trying to discover in this country. So the conversations are not even looking in the right direction. So in the US they are. Sound like I'm talking it up, but these are the facts. So where would you want to allocate capital in under these circumstances? And India is another one. It's outside of US. It's a great opportunity longer term, which we'll talk about. But earnings drive share price growth on a sustainable basis. And